Hello everyone, here we are for challenge day 20. Wow, getting close to the finish here. It's been awesome being able to chat with you virtually almost every single day for the last 3 weeks. And today we are going to talk about how to choose an appropriate load or weight for our resistance training exercises. So obviously it depends on cat hair in my mouth. Standard, because there's a cat right beside me as always. How to choose an appropriate load and weight for each different exercise is going to be different because depending on our strength, on the amount of muscle groups that are assisting us in each exercise. For example, if it's a tricep extension, it's a relatively small muscle group that doesn't have a lot of assistance from other muscles in that exercise, so we'd be picking a relatively lighter load, whereas in a squat or a deadlift, we might be lifting a lot more weight because we've got tons of muscle groups and tons of joints active in that exercise. So, as with every piece of exercise advice, we need to have a little bit of context for this to make sense. So, I'm answering the question, how to know how to pick an appropriate load or weight for your exercises in the context that we are working on improving our strength, increasing muscle definition, so lifting heavy enough weight so that we can grow our muscles, see muscle definition, and also lifting heavy enough that it's going to positively affect our quality of life. So that's a really important distinction because I'm not giving you advice on how to increase your maximum 1 RM for a squat, which means that I don't do maximal strength coaching. There are amazing strength coaches out there that do that. I'm not one of them. I focus on more general strength training for general population versus, getting you to lift, 400 or 500 pounds in your squat. That's super awesome if that's what you want to do. I'm just not your girl. But if you do want to increase quality of life, get stronger than you are right now, and see some muscle definition, that is what we were talking about. So, when you are reading your strength programs and I'm telling you you have a squat and it's 3 sets of 10 repetitions of a squat or 3 sets of 10 repetitions of a lunge, for example, what I want you to do is I want you to pick weight or a load that you can lift that's going to allow you to reach muscular fatigue or what we call positive failure in those 10 repetitions. Now, what that means is that you'll be able to safely and effectively perform the 10 repetitions without your form totally crumbling. It doesn't mean that we're going to do 10 repetitions of a weight with sloppy form. It doesn't mean that we're going to do 10 repetitions of a weight and then feel like we could literally do another 10 repetitions. It means that we want to be feeling muscular fatigue, which feels like burning in the muscles. It feels like we cannot stand up from that exercise, like if it's a lunge or a squat, with really strong quality core control and form. That's what we're looking for. So if we're doing a lunge, for example, and we've got, let's say 15-pound dumbbells in each hand, so we're lunging an extra 30 pounds, and we're going to do 10 reps on each leg. We're lunging and standing together, switching to the other side, lunging, and we're doing 10 reps on each leg. After we've completed 20 reps of lunges, 10 on each side, I want you to be able to finish that last rep with a really strong core, right? We're not loosey-goosey, knee dumping in, collapsing into the low back, hunching through the upper body. That's a really good sign that if you're getting to that point by your 8th, 9th, and 10th repetition of that exercise, maybe that was pretty darn close to the maximum amount of weight that you should be lifting in order to see results, be safe, and not create injury. So the things that we always want to be able to do are breathe, right? So we don't need to necessarily hold our breath in these exercises. We want to have core control, so we're not losing engagement through our core. If we're lifting so heavy that we need to use momentum, or if we're feeling lots of pain in our low back, can we decrease the weight so that we can do the exercise joint pain free, but still feeling some work in the muscles? Are we able to do the exercises, squats, lunges, deadlifts without our knees dumping in? If they're constantly doing that, it is a big sign that maybe we're lifting too heavy and we need to scale it back. So one of the things that's really important when it comes to picking an effective weight is being able to check your ego at the door. Because if you're in a class, or if you have come from a place where you used to do a lot of strength training and now you've been injured, or maybe you were pregnant, or you were dealing with an illness, or you're traveling a lot and you don't have the same, you're not in the same physical condition, it's often challenging ego-wise to be able to go back into the same routine and lift a little bit less, even if it is safer for a couple weeks or a month at a time. So when I program exercise, I don't always give you 10 repetitions, which you may be surprised to know, because for the Back to Basics Challenge, every workout I give you is 10 reps. In the Blast Fitness Lifestyle Club, I actually do what's called periodizing our workouts. So that means that some months we lift our weights with a rep range of 10 and 3 sets. Some months we lift weights for a rep range of 10 with 4 sets. Some months we lift weights for a rep range of 3 sets and 15 reps. Sometimes we go for 3 sets and 12 reps. It depends on the month. It depends on the exercises we're choosing. It depends on our goal for that specific month. And it depends on where in the periodization protocol we are. So having different months and periods where you're lifting more sets or less sets, or more reps or less reps, is a wonderful way to increase strength, bust through plateaus, keep your muscles guessing, continue to get results in seeing muscle definition, and also prevent injury, because you're not always doing the same thing over and over again. So when you're choosing the load or the weight for the exercises that you're doing, we need to consider the exercise. We need to consider the rep range that we're doing. We need to consider the number of sets that we're doing. I would prefer that what you look at is, your goal is always to complete the number of sets that I've prescribed. So if it's 8 or 10 or 12 or 15, choose a weight that you think you can complete those reps with good, strong form, and by the last 1, 2, 3 reps that you've got left, you're feeling like, oh my gosh, this is really challenging. I can still do it with really good, strong form. I'm still able to keep my breathing, not hunching my shoulder, not arching through my low back, but I need a rest. I feel muscular fatigue. I feel burning sensation in my muscles. That's how you know that you chose an appropriate weight for that specific exercise. If it means that on set 2 or set 3, you're able to lift a little bit heavier, or you even need to scale back, that's totally fine. You don't have to lift the same weight for every single set. I actually change it up often. I'll usually do my first set of exercise kind of as a warm-up set. So I'll, maybe if I'm doing chest press, I might pick 20s because it's relatively lighter for me. Whereas the second or the third set, I might be up to 25s or 30s because that's how I'm able to get to muscular fatigue with my 10 repetitions, for example. So yeah. The goal is to be able to complete the reps with a weight that is challenging but safe for you. Okay. If you have any questions on this topic, please be sure to type them below. I'll always get notifications about them so that I can answer them for you. And remember, if you do want me to program your workouts for the next month or the next year even, the Blast Fitness Lifestyle Club is open for sign up until Friday, September 1st at the end of the day. And you get new workouts, 4 of them every single month. They're periodized, safe, effective, tons of coaching to go along with it. And I'll post up the link for sign up below this video. Talk to you soon.